Nate Burleson, what did you see out of this kid that was so special? Because, yeah, we love him, we're excited, but there was good and bad.
Yeah, what we heard out of the draft is that he has a strong arm. He's athletic. I remember you mentioning something that you learned from his mother, that he is very meticulous in
organizational skills. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And I'm thinking about all this, surprisingly, as I'm watching the game. I'm like, what did Kay say? And the only reason I was thinking about that is because that says a lot about how he moves within the offense and how detail-oriented you are when you get out of the pocket. Because oftentimes, young quarterbacks, they'll drop back and they'll panic. But I'm looking at him, he's going through his reads. 1-2, 1-2, drop down, hit the check, or maybe use my feet to get out of the pocket. So I love everything that he had. Now, did he make some mistakes? Of course. Did he throw a rookie interception at the end? Yes. Was there a guy there? So I'll excuse him for that. But with all that said, the Chicago Bears have found the quarterback for the future. The time searching is over. Mitchell Trubisky era has begun, and he can only get better from here. Now what you have to do moving forward, and it might not happen this year, might be years to come, start surrounding him with superstars, and then you'll see this offense take off.
The draft was fascinating because 3 teams moved up in the first round to get quarterbacks. The Bears moved up 1 pick and took this guy, Mitchell Trubisky. The Chiefs moved up and got Patrick Mahomes, and then the Texans moved up and got Deshaun Watson. So those 3 guys' careers are going to be compared to each other for the next 10 seasons.
Right.
Trubisky, Mahomes, Watson. In that order, I'm looking at his first game. I'm thinking about Deshaun Watson's first game. He kind of struggled but made a big play and got the win against the Bengals. Deshaun Watson's already showed us that he can do it in this league. Trubisky showed us signs yesterday. I think it's a very positive step in the right direction. The offense is going to struggle because there's just not enough skill position players. And so whereas Watson has a DeAndre Hopkins, and whenever Mahomes goes in, he's got Tyreek and Kareem Hunt, there's not much there besides Jordan Howard for Mitchell Trubisky, and that's going to be the struggle the rest of the season. I don't know who he's throwing to.
Yeah. I think for the Bears quarterback, if you're talking about just the picture they have, if you just look at the stats, if you didn't watch the game, it's 128 yards, he threw a pick. It wasn't about that. It was so much more. There was juice. And don't take my word for it. Kendall Wright, his receiver, said, I felt it. We all felt differently. Another player told NBC, he didn't want to put his name on it, he said, he gives us a chance to win, which I think is a very loaded quote. My only frustration last night is we didn't see Trubisky from day one. But the second he got on the field, Nate, you come out and you say, he's ready. He's the guy of the future. And it sounds like that's a knee-jerk after one game. I felt that way after one series. I'm not kidding. He was that good. This team has not had a Pro Bowl quarterback in 30 years. The second he made that throw to the sideline, I was like, he has it. I don't know if he's going to be a great player, but I know he gives us a shot.
And I thought the same thing in that first series. I said to myself, man, this guy's good. And the reason I say that, and if you know football, forget the stats. Forget the fact that they have the TD and the interception. If you look at that first series, every ball he threw, his receivers right in the hands. That doesn't happen.
I know.
We're talking about
so much adrenaline.
Quarterbacks that throw rogue balls. Every single hit his receivers in the hands, some on the move, some within the pocket. So you got to give a young man credit when he goes out there in a big moment, big stage, and shows up big time.
Next 4 weeks, he's going up against 3 guys who have Super Bowl rings and 1 MVP in Cam Newton. So it'll be a tough test for the rookie quarterback, but he will only get better. In the press conference, it's important to him, you can tell, to elevate his players and the guys around him. You can tell that watching this morning and hear us maybe rightfully say, like, the talent in the receiving positions isn't there. They're taking that personally. You can sort of see that just from what the quarterback was saying yesterday. And as far as the best player on the field for the Bears, like, props to, not friend of the show, but guy that I talk about a lot, Leonard Floyd. We're waiting for the breakout game for him because it's the guy they spent talking about the draft, a first-round pick in. Akeem Hicks looked great. Leonard Floyd finally playing up to par. This pass rush for Chicago has been non-existent. They got to the quarterback last night. If we look at Leonard Floyd, 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. I wish I could show you those sacks right now, but we'll get to them at some point. Let's go, Flo. Sam Bradford's still having nightmares about that this morning, I'm sure.